There's only one town named Calico Rock in the world, and it's here along the White River in the state of Arkansas. Steamboats once came here, the farthest point they could travel during the summer. It became the largest town in the county, a place to do your shopping and much more.
So in the 1940s, Calico Rock was a boom town, and it was a raucous place on a Saturday night. People would make moonshine, and they'd call that pepper sauce, and they'd drink it down in the alley back behind Main Street.
But as the decades passed, the town was slowly passing as well. The population dipped to about 600. The school system suffered. A walk along these streets was a stroll past closed storefronts. It was Main Street in name only. Stephen Mitchell saw his hometown vanishing right before his eyes.
We got down to where we only had one business in town, and that was the little soda fountain that operated. It had a little lunch counter.
If Stephen and other citizens did not step forward, Calico Rock, it was feared, may very well vanish, taking the school with it. But how do you attract businesses and people to a town that's down to its last store? Interestingly, the local museum board realized the storefronts were historic and decided they should buy a building and make revitalization happen themselves.
An opportunity came to buy a building. We had no money, absolutely nothing in the bank, and they wanted $30,000 for the building. So we had to raise money.
A local bank believed in the effort and loaned them the money. Fundraisers, concerts, individual gifts, they all helped pay for the building and a small museum on the upper floor. But what to do with the downstairs and the goal of revitalizing the town?
Our idea was to contact local artisans in the area and get them to come in and put booth space. It had worked in flea markets, why couldn't it work for artisans and cooperatives?
They charged the local artists no rent, just a commission on sales. Today, there are about 30 such vendors. It paid for the building and enough money to buy another building. The museum board began the Printing Press Cafe. Beautifully restored, it now provides a place for people to eat. And when that business generated a profit, well, of course, there was only one thing to do: buy yet another building.
We created the Art Center. It's a complete art center that has some of the greatest works of art, both not only in our area, but some famous artists in Arkansas and famous American artists.
They get works on loan from larger galleries, and in the basement of that building, they created a science center. Now the museum, art, and science centers created a draw for school groups that visit from hours away. In all, the museum board now owns 7 buildings. The tax revenue from those businesses is about $5,000 per month more than before they purchased their first building.
Today, there are 6 new businesses on Main Street. So in addition to the ones that the museum owns and operates, we have 6 privately owned, independently operated businesses.
And a Main Street that once had only one store operating now has all but 2 storefronts occupied. It's a place that is coming back to life along this beautiful river in northern Arkansas, attracting a wide range of ages from locations both local and even outside the nation.
This is just a small town, but it could have been a town that would have vanished if not for the work of Stephen and other volunteers. And thanks to their efforts, it's attracting more people than has been seen in decades. Traveling the countryside in Calico Rock, Arkansas, I'm Andrew McCrae.